So is there handshake on the horizon? Is it just more hot air? There is now the jostling over who will be in which committee. We've seen even idiots like Peter Munya coming out of the woodwork now, becoming more vigorous and more active and more visible, so as to find a way, because these guys, they need government more than they admit. Without government, they have no relevance, they have no voice, there is nothing. They give value to humanity, they, other than being appointed in various positions. That's why they are now coming out of the woodwork. They are tweeting and they are doing what? This is the, and we saw, of course, Babu Owino complaining and lamenting that the issues, the primary issues of the Maandamano are being thrown to the back burner, and now it's all about jostling for positions. This is the nature of our politicians, especially the boomer generations. Let's read that tweet by Alai. He's saying what I've been saying from the get-go, that he believes Uhuru and Rigathi are working behind the scenes together, because the raiding of Northlands was staged to distract attention from Maandamano. Then it was the political party by Kanini Kega and Sabina Chege, all scripted. And then now I don't know, Uhuru's son's guns have been picked up by security agents, all of these. I told you. And Uhuru started derailing, as idiots for a long time ago. Look at these headlines from, I think it's November 2021. Uhuru is derailing our campaigns, Oka Chiefs. And the one in Swahili, Oka wakata pressure ya Uhuru. I don't know how they insinuated themselves, or how he has been able to make himself and his issues the core. You saw on Friday, or was it on Thursday, they went to the Stephen Kalonzo Command Center. They were going there for commemoration or vigil for victims of the Maandamano. And everything, it was no longer about, the attention was no longer about that function. It was about Uhuru and Gaucho there cracking still jokes, and Uhuru laughing. I don't know, talking about his guns. This guy, the more you give him space, the more he's going to undermine your objective. But who listens? You guys want to remain in the same shit. In fact, this is a headline from 2022. Do they care? From the Daily Nation. This is the three people, the three protagonists who are bothering us today. Look at them: Ruto, Uhuru, Raila. Just as it was 3 years ago, 4 years ago, is the same case today. So if you think that they are going to discuss the issues of the cost of living, you are thoroughly mistaken. You're in for a rude shock, because I told you, boomers, they are brought together. They are united in their wish and in their capacity to undermine efforts to economically liberate the other generations. Them, they want to be about them. They want to continue being in position. And don't forget, Akina Kibaki were getting appointed in their 20s and in their 30s, when allegedly Kenya was making great strides in the economic and global geopolitical forte. They were being appointed post-independence. They were really young, but now they have a problem of letting go of those same positions. That's why you're seeing Akina Peter Munya, Akina who suddenly they've started tweeting, because they still want to remain relevant for doing absolutely nothing, just for existing. And their positions, they don't have, because of their lack of ingenuity, their lack of creativity, they are stupid. Beyond measure. And the boomers are the ones who are heading the politics, they're heading the churches, they're heading organizations, and they've stifled a lot of progress. And that's why I told you people to start distancing yourselves from boomers, from their thinking. Now, the boomers have also nurtured, they've also, can we say, mentored a breed of younger generations who think like them. The people who are not ideologically astute, people who are not forthright, because boomers, all the money me I've ever been stolen, somebody tells me to work for them and then they don't pay, is boomers. But then they also have their offshoots. They also have their tunasema aje vibaraka. Wow, they have younger people who think like them, who are stupid like them, who are retarded like them. So your work is to identify them. And let me give you an example. Somebody like Jalas, immediately, even before his 1 year is over, he goes to State House, and then he starts doing what, saying that he's gone there for development, and then whatnot, and then shortly. Yeah, like now over the weekend, I saw him dancing in proximity with Baba, going to, look for favor there. So this is somebody called an ideological prostitute. You need to expunge such people from your presence. You need to expunge such friends, people who have no mwelekeo. They come and tell you this and that, and they are there within your age groups. They are there people who have no... who are not solid in the way, in their stance against anything. You need solid people who are going to steer Kenya through the next generation. I told you, from now, the boomer generation, there's a vacuum. That generation, we call it the slosh generation. Those are the guys who listen to classic, and they hear 20 songs on heavy rotation. The Boys to Men, those are now those ones, they refuse to have these conversations. And they used to judge us for executing these conversations because then they were too scared to rise up to the occasion. So now the people 40 and below, this is your turn. Now don't sleep, don't listen to what boomers are telling you. I was very surprised in my teens and in my early 20s. I would go to the sports club, I would go to the church, and I would find old people. These are old people who are just gossiping about me. Based on my opinions. I did not know having an opinion is a criminal offense, but now you understand that the boomers, what they did in their life was just gossiping. That's why they've left us without nothing and grabbing our public utility land, grabbing national resources, diverting them so that they can build flats, so that they can, instead of building legacy projects, hospitals. Now most of them are sickly. They don't know where to go to hospital. They are now fundraising to go to India, to go to other countries, and yet we have the manpower. We had the money to build even better facilities than India. Those are boomers. They are stupid people. Try and be less and less of them. I know they are your parents, they are your uncles, they are your aunties. Try as much as possible to depart from their thinking. Now, I want to extend a lot of airtime to a young president. The youngest president in Africa now is 35. It's called Ibrahim Traore. He's been trending now on TikTok from the Russia-Africa summit where they had gone, and our president refused to go because it's clear now who are the puppets of the West. Now in East Africa, Tanzania went, Uganda went, Ethiopia went, Kenya did not go, Rwanda did not go, Burundi went. So we now know who is who. This guy, okay, I'm going to start with a thirst trap for the chicks. Chicks, you love thirst traps. You elected Sakaja purely because of dimples. So let me post a thirst trap for you, because we have to, here I provide content for everyone. Here we are an equal opportunity content provider. So here is a thirst trap for the chicks. Chicks, you like seeing such things, Chicks, you love this is your Sakaja type shit. Yeah. So now let's get to the serious issues of his speech in Burkina Faso. And he was saying, he's talking about our generation. Our generation, we are asking questions that boomers did not ask because they were so willing to sell us out. These stupid boomers, I keep on telling you, don't be like boomers. Anything in your life, don't be like boomers. Just listen to the questions he's asking at the Russia-Africa Summit.
Les questions que mes générations se posent sont les suivantes, si je peux me résumer. C'est de ne pas comprendre comment l'Afrique, avec tant de richesses sur notre sol, avec une nature généreuse, de l'eau, du soleil en abondance, l'Afrique est aujourd'hui le continent le plus pauvre. L'Afrique est un continent affamé. Et comment se fait-il que les chefs d'État traversent donc le monde à mendier? Voici des questions que nous nous posons et que nous n'avons pas de réponse jusque-là. Nous avons l'occasion de tisser de nouvelles relations. Et j'espère que ces relations puissent être les meilleures pour donner un meilleur avenir à nos peuples.
So, he's asking a poignant question. Why the richest continent, mineral-wise, natural, human resource-wise, why are we poor? Why are our presidents going on trips around the world to beg for money? You saw Ruto talking about loans in Paris. Why? These are the questions.